Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Main Event, and I have a very special episode for you guys today. Not only will we be doing a commentary episode as our main event after this match, but we are going to be celebrating probably what is one of the craziest moments in wrestling in a very, very long time. And that is the return of the Rated R Superstar, my favorite wrestler of all time, Edge. Now, I don't know what to say. Like, I heard the rumors and I said to myself, I hope it's not true. I really hope it's not true, because as someone that is a fan of Edge, as much as I would give to see him back in the ring, I didn't want him to risk his health and, seeing shit with him and his, you see posts online and you see him post about him and his wife and his daughters. It's like, I don't want him to be in a wheelchair the rest of his life if, God forbid something happened. Apparently, I had no idea that this was going on, but apparently he did the same thing Daniel Bryan did and got a bunch of okays from doctors across the country whether or not he can actually wrestle. And lo and behold, at the 10 years later, when I first started watching wrestling, which was around the time of the Royal Rumble in 2010, 10 years, and Edge returned from Achilles heel surgery. Edge returns to the ring 10 years later. And I did not watch the Rumble. I refused to watch the Rumble. But when I heard the news broke of Edge being number 21 in the Rumble, I saw the video online, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I cried. I cried a little bit. People are like, oh, this guy's a bitch. But anyway, I cried, and I can't imagine, I just couldn't believe that this was true. And apparently Edge signed a possible, I think, I don't know if this, I saw this secondhand. I didn't really see any legit sources, but I heard he signed a 3-year deal. I heard a couple of things. I've heard he's getting a decent amount of money for it, which is good for him. I'm in shock. I really am in shock, and I'm just so happy. And this is basically my welcome back video for Edge, because, like I said, Edge, I've mentioned this in the past, but Edge was my hero. I don't know what it was about him that drew me to him, but he was my hero. And I basically watched the last year of his career, and what I thought would be the last year of his career. And here we are, 9 years after that point, and I finally have a reason to watch WWE again. Now, granted, I don't watch the whole episode of Raw. I could give less of a fuck about what's going on in the show. The only reason I watch it and I record it now is to see Edge, or any storyline Edge is involved in. In this case, it's against Randy Orton, because of what happened after the Rumble. You son of a bitch, Orton. But, yeah. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be celebrating Edge's return by giving you a taste of what could possibly happen at what could be, I don't know if it's going to be Super Showdown, if it's going to be WrestleMania. It should be WrestleMania, because if they don't make it for that, this company is fucking stupid. That's just me. Ah, shit. I should have reversed that. But either way, I hope, I'm incredibly happy at the fact that Edge is back and is even able to wrestle again. Again, it still makes me incredibly terrified given the fact of his neck injury, but if he allegedly is able to wrestle again for a, somewhat decent period of time, 3 years is of course he's not going to be wrestling consistently, but 3 years is definitely a lot. I'm sure he'll be doing probably about, I can assume he'll be doing about 5, maybe 5 matches a year, if that. Kind of like a Brock Lesnar schedule, it seems. Anyway, I just can't describe how immensely happy I am. You know what I mean? And to be fair, I mean, I don't want to sound like a fanboy. I mean, when I was creating my YouTube name, I had come up with a couple of ideas, and the only one that really made sense was Edge0626. So I was just like, oh fuck. I mean, I kind of just used Edge's namesake and somewhat copied off his attire or his logo. You know, because, you know, the M, his logo, I mean, he kind of inspired the logo that I created with, you know, the New Jersey, the star, the M, all that shit. You know?
This is just going to be physical. There's no other way to describe it.
So I get a nice little spinning heel kick there. Randy Orton's just getting the smoke, man. Randy Orton's going to regret the day he fucked with the Rated R Superstar. Oh, I will say this much. It was really weird watching that, because you can tell that I'm not sure if they wanted Randy to do something else to Edge that he just decided last second, I don't like that idea. Or he was legitimately going psycho and like trying to decide what he wanted to do to Edge, but was also kind of, in his mind, he was kind of having a conscience and like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. But then he did something anyway. Again, we'll never know. At least I won't, because I don't fucking follow WWE news anymore. But, of course, to name off a few of Edge's actual, you know, EBCW accolades. Numerous time World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know if he was EBCW champion. I'd have to double check that, but, you know, tag team champion as well with Matt Awesome, currently in 2K19. That was a hell of a way to end that, continue on with SummerSlam. Basically, Matt Awesome was a dual champion for all but, you know, a few minutes until he lost the World Heavyweight Championship. Nice move there. Go for an elbow drop or a leg drop, whatever the fuck. Oh, Randy's got something. Ah, I thought I was going to reverse it. Damn it. It also makes me really happy because even though Edge hasn't been wrestling, even though Edge hasn't really been wrestling, I've still vicariously lived through him in the WWE games. Because my first game was, well, of course it was SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. And I've been playing WWE games, and Edge always has a major role in those games. So even though Edge wasn't wrestling anymore, I can still always vicariously live through this guy. It just makes me happy that he's back now. And if fucking Randy kicks out of this, 1, 2, yeah, you're not kicking out of that, motherfucker. It also makes me happy because you get to see Alter Bridge again. You get to hear Alter Bridge on TV again with Metalingus, Edge's theme song, which is my favorite song of all time, by one of my favorite bands of all time. So that just makes me happy. I can also go into a whole thing about how, you know, basically Edge got me into Alter Bridge and realizing what a fucking awesome band they are and blah blah blah. But yeah, basically Edge helped influence me in my, you know, my adolescent years to basically my adult years, and it's just great to see him back, man. Honestly, getting a little emotional now thinking about it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next on Main Event, I'll be doing a commentary about why I will refuse to buy another WWE game. It's be a lot to talk about. I'm sure some of you may or may not agree with me, but regardless, I will see you guys when the time comes.